we came in and wanted to do other two critical areas that we need to be really good at in order to give ourselves a chance to win. I thought we had to take care of the ball, and I thought we had to do a really good job on the glass. And we didn't do a really good job on either. And a credit to our guys' toughness and character that I really thought they played their butts off and gave themselves a heck of an opportunity to do something that's never been done before in this league. So overall, proud of our guys' effort, but disappointed for our team, kind of the way it shook out.
Do you have any questions now for the player, Frank Gaines?
Frank, I guess everybody wants to know if you thought you got fouled there at the end.
No comment.
No comment?
No comment.
Please state your names and your affiliation before you ask your questions too. Are there any others for the players?
Aaron Viner, Western Courier. Frank, before that shot, when you hit that three, it looked like you were off balance, had a couple guys in your face. Can you talk about what was going through your mind as you were shooting that?
I knew I had to hit it, so I just wanted to have a lot of confidence and I didn't want to have any doubt that I was going to miss a shot.
Garrett Hodge, Western Courier. Frank, you almost upset the #1 ranked team in the Summer League. What does that say about you and your teammates as a whole?
That our record didn't reflect how good we were, and that we're going to come back stronger next year.
Any other questions for Gaines? All right, now if you have any questions for the head coach.
Mick Gary, artist leader. Tony, what did you see in that last play where Gaines got the rebound? How did you see it?
Well, I saw that surprisingly. I say surprisingly because how often do you get a guy that missed the ball perfectly and a guy that rebounded it perfectly, and then just didn't go our way from there. But it's a credit to Frank, it's a credit to Justin to put themselves in the position to have the opportunity to maybe have done what we all wanted to do. Yeah.
How did you get the players in the mindset to possibly upset this #1 team, especially when you come in, you're assuming you're going to be, like a lot of people assume, oh, you're going to get steamrolled.
Yeah, I don't know that I had much to do with it other than the recruiting process. I mean, I think we've got tough guys. We've got guys that are of high character, and things just didn't go our way down the stretch. The month of February was a tough month for us, and fortunately we got some pop last Saturday at UMKC, and I thought that carried us a little more tonight. But in terms of I didn't have much to do with it. Our team is a bunch of competitive guys, and you saw, Frank. I think he's a special one, and we've got a lot of guys that have that same kind of heart and character. So, completely a credit to those guys.
Coach Mike Brown's also world. Maybe this game spoke to how competitive this league has been this year.
I really think it is. I think it's a good league. I think it's a good league that has a lot of really good players, that has a lot of really good coaches. I think it's shown, over the course of the season with as many close games as Oral Roberts has won, and just the teams that have beat up on one another throughout the year. So I think it's I think the league's probably an all-time high. I think it's going to continue to get better as we move forward.
Matt Bach, WXW Radio. Coach, can you talk about why you think your team has matched up so well with Oral Roberts and the other defense throughout the year?
That's a hard one. I think it goes back to what I kind of initially said. And this isn't to take anything away from me, but I think we've got a pretty tough bunch. And I think, number one, I think Oral Roberts is a really good team, but they don't play. You don't get a ton of possessions. So we can play tough without having to run up down the floor, and I think that our team, for the most part, in spurts we struggled with them, but we've done a pretty good job of making it difficult for them to score the ball. And then I also think that The second half, the first half, we were terrible. But we were hard to guard. And we had guys who were doing things in the second half that they were good at. In the first half, we kind of got away, we got a little bit rattled. We had guys doing things that they're not good at. And in the second half, we bounced back and we were hard to guard. And we did a pretty good job of making it hard for them to score.
What is Frank and McCorkle meant for your team this year, especially in this kind of game?
I'm sorry?
What has Frank and McCorkle meant for your team this year, especially in this kind of game?
Well, I think Frank, obviously, he's a special talent. And I think it's been fun. It's been fun with Frank because I think early in the year, he was getting 25, 28 a night, but he was taking 25, 28 shots. And really, as the season went on, he grew into an efficient offensive player. I feel like over the last maybe 8 or 10 games of the season, now again, there are some really good players in this league, so don't misunderstand me, but I think he was one of the harder guys to guard in the league because of the way he cut, because of the way he moved the ball, because of how athletic he was. And the last month and a half of the season, he didn't settle for perimeter jumpers. And when he does that, I'm glad he's on my team. Trey, I feel bad for Trey when you look at his total body of work, both this year and last. He came out strong and was a real presence for us in the post, which for us, that's huge. We've got to have a second scorer that really can back the defense off and throw it into something that's effective. And then he got hurt both last year and this year. And to his credit, probably played 3 or 4 games that he shouldn't have. And it wasn't as effective. Confidence gets rattled a little bit. And then, fortunately for us, the last couple weeks he's gotten back to the Trey that we all thought we'd get for the whole year. So overall, I don't know if I answered your question, but I think they're both special guys. Trey's, this is just a blip on his radar. He's got so many great things that are happening in his life, and he really brought a solid presence. We got 9 new guys on our team, and having a guy like Trey, who's just a solid anchor, character guy, really helps everybody kind of grow.
Coach Brian Anderson, WXOU. Before that three-pointer that Frank made at the end, do you regret that maybe the ball didn't find its way in the hands of Frank on some of those final possessions?
That's an interesting question. And I say that because we tried. Orwell did a good job defending some of the stuff that we were running. But also in those situations when they were guarding him so tight the last few possessions, I wanted Justin to get in the lane and make the officials call foul. Any time that a team is up 3 or 4, or 2 or 3 late, a perimeter jumper is like the worst thing you can do because it's either make or miss. If you take the ball in the basket, now it's either make or miss or foul. And I think that we did a pretty good job of that. And obviously it was a scramble situation on the ball that he made. But no, we definitely wanted to continue to try to get the ball in the Trey. And they did a good job of guarding.
Last question.
Coach,
Somebody else got was fine.
Coach, going into next season, do you think that after this game, the team will kind of have a chip on his shoulder going into next year, kind of knowing that you can compete with the top teams in the conference?
Well, I hope so. I think so. I think anytime that you have a lot of, there's a big jump between high school basketball and the level that we're playing out here. And so I think that our team has went through it and seen it and experienced it. And I think they felt some of the disappointment of not winning as many games as they wanted to do. So I really hope that it'll lead to some really positive workouts this spring and this summer leading into next year. So I hope so. I think that I hope that we can keep the taste in our mouth for a long time and have it be some motivation throughout the spring and summer. Anybody else? All right. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it.